Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna see how I got in 2900 trophies. I'm currently 782 in the world. It's before the season ends, a couple of hours. I think in 3 hours the season ends, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go ahead and jump right into the games that got me there. So I used a couple of decks. I mainly used Giant with Prince the last games because I was kind of tired. For me it was 5 a.m, so it was kind of very late, so I had to use an easy deck to play for sure. Got some nice wins, so we're gonna get right into it. Let's get into the first match. Alright, so this was at the start of the push where I was trying to push with RG. I did manage to have a good win rate. I was just not having the easiest time calculating everything because, as I said again, I was pretty tired, so that's why later on I switched the deck. So here we're playing RG with Monk and Fireball, very good deck at the moment, and we are facing Balloon, which is an interesting matchup. It's definitely a little bit on our side, but I wouldn't say we can't counter or anything because he has some good defensive structure going. I go for RG here simply because his skeletons are out of cycle, so I don't have to support it with E-Spirit, and I also play my Monk ability, making sure he can't play the Musketeer or the Bomb Tower until he dies. So we get a lot of damage, and as you can also see, we're not down in Elixir. Like, we almost have the same Elixir as our opponent here, and we're able to go ahead and defend the mask and have exactly the same elixir as our opponent. So in this matchup I would like to always Fisherman the miner, so that's why I'm having the Fisherman there. He plays Ice Golem, so I'm just gonna go into that same lane. So I'm willing to counter the miner with the Fisherman and Hunter on top of the balloon as soon as I see the balloon on top of the bridge, so that I'm able to kill it immediately without him spending the snowball. He just goes for balloon here. This is a smart balloon, not allowing me to go in, but it's still gonna be okay for me because I can just kill his Musketeer. And honestly, after this I can go for RG, and this RG is so good because as you can see his cycle is kind of awkward. He goes for the Bomb Tower, but the Fisherman is there helping, and I know that he only has Bar Barrel. The Evo skills are not gonna do anything, so I support with Skellies at the perfect timing, having the Barbarian Barrel attack the one skeleton so that the RG is able to get even more damage. Now I'm having my E-Spirit because I know Evo Skellies are in cycle, although I know he's kind of down in Elixir, so he won't really go in immediately. So that's why I'm cycling them, and I'm also going for that, and I know that even if he goes for them I still have the Hunter if I need it. So at this point it's very important to be careful because he has the Evo Mask. If I'm not careful, he's gonna get the value on top of the Hunter, which is something definitely I don't want to do. He goes for it on the Monk, which I don't really care because the Monk is still alive. I'm gonna keep it alive with my E-Spirit as well here, making sure I can pop the ability later on the mask. And Fisherman to pull, as we said, the miner, and the Snowball is gonna do some nice things about him. He's gonna get 3 shots, 2 shots actually, not 3, but I still gonna get some nice counter push going, and I'm able to Fireball and lock the Bomb Tower plus the Musketeer, erasing off the board. And as you can see, he's not really able to defend. He doesn't got a knockback in his deck, not a lock, only a Bar Barrel, so when the Bomb Tower is down I usually can defend. And as you can see, the Hunter is getting placed immediately at the bridge, so I'm able to kill the balloon right immediately as well. And I think I didn't need the Fireball there, but I was just making sure. So here it's a very smart thing I do. I wait for the ability, I wait. I know he wants to block the bridge, I still wait. Now I go for RG to push the Monk so that he's not able to do anything like a stupid miner right there. And by playing the ability we ensure the chip damage on the tower. We even allowed the RG to break through, but even then we have the Fireball in cycle. So that was the first match. I would say we played quite good. Let's jump in the next one. Alright, so at this point we're still using RG and we're facing a very good player, has number 6 in the world finish, and he's playing Hog, which I assume is his main deck. He did play in quite good. He has the Tesla variation, which is a little bit harder for us because when they have the Tesla we cannot obviously have the Monk ability to knock the cannon backwards. Tesla doesn't get affected by that, so it's slightly harder than the cannon one, and Might Miner can also cause some issues if we don't have the correct cycle. So thankfully here he made a mistake and he placed the Firecracker on the other side. So what I can do is actually activate my King Tower, and this is gonna help me throughout the match. I go E-Spirit firstly, reset that, and then I'm gonna go for my late ability. These skellies were not really the best on his end, but he's up elixir so he can't go in. And note this Fisherman placement. This is the best Fisherman placement you can use to counter Hog with skellies. If you do it higher, you can counter with only Fisherman, but they are able to predict with something in the middle, and then you are kind of struggling. So I prefer this placement, it's a little bit safer. So unfortunately here the Firecracker is a little bit back, so it's not gonna get attacked by the E-Spirit, because the E-Spirit jumped on my E-Spirit, so I have to go for Fisherman. But I still have Hunter in cycle, and Hunter plus Skellies with a Kingtar activation will counter the Hog Rider, so I'm not so worried. I'm just waiting, I'm now going for that, and I'm trying to predict the Cracker because I know he has it in cycle, but it's kind of late, and I have to go for a late Monk here to kill that, because if I did, he would support with Mighty, and then also had another Hog Rider soon. In hindsight, this Monk might have been a bit aggressive, but I still defend, so I think it's fine overall. He makes a mistake of not realizing I have Evo Hunter in cycle, or maybe he didn't know I have so much elixir. But no, I think it's just a mistake, yeah, of the cycle, because he will go Hog, and at this point I'm just gonna go Evo Hunter low. The log doesn't make sense that he did, that's why I was saying it didn't make sense at all. The Hog still gets a shot somehow, but I'm predicting his Firecracker not letting on top on the Hunter. But at this point I'm going in hoping he could play a cannon and reflect on top, but he plays the cannon, and an unfortunate interaction happens where the Firecracker doesn't get reflected by the Monk there, it locks on the RG, so very nicely played on his end. He's able to separate the Monk from the RG there. And he has the Mighty Miner down, so he's able to spam another Firecracker very soon. Very nice skellies to clip one shot on the Firecracker, so I'm able to log it afterwards. And now it's just time to activate our 3-card cycle and make something happen. It's not looking that good. I definitely want to go same lane. I predict his Firecracker there, which was very nice. Even though I had the Monk there, he wanted to get the one shot on the tower, so I kind of predicted that. That was very nice. And as I said, we would want to go same lane in this matchup, because we would like to get the fireballs on top of the Firecracker, and overall the chip damage with Monk, and start with Hunter as the back, because he doesn't have a big spell, he only has the Earthquake, which is not really gonna kill my Hunters. And the Evo Hunters are also very useful defending the Hogs, so that's what I like about this matchup, and it's good that we're going same lane. He goes for that, I'm going Monk on the Cracker, E-Spirit on the Hog, and I think this Hog doesn't get any shots, that's correct, but unfortunately he's able to kill the Monk before I manage to get a nice ability, and he's gonna defend everything right there. I think here I missed the Fireball. No, I don't miss the Fireball, I actually played on top, that's very nice, and he doesn't play the log, so we get one shot, which is very important here. And I'm just simply playing Fisherman there, so I'm separating the Hog from the Mighty Miner, so that I'm able to counter together with the E-Spirit. And again, I'm gonna predict the Cracker. He didn't even have it in cycle, but I just wanted to make sure. With Mighty Miner, you never know how quickly they can cycle. And here it's just about Fireball cycling. I don't think I could have hit the Tesla and the tower, so I was just playing it on the tower, not making sure to hit something else. So we'll just go Monk here, and we also go for the log, making sure to defend everything. That was a very clean defense, predicting the Firecracker once again. And I think here I'm not going ability, I'm going Hunter, which is very important, because now I can use Monk ability on offense. And take a look at this Hog Rider, it's gonna get knocked back by my RG, that's very funny. Haven't really seen this interaction happen much again. And he doesn't have skellies to block my Fisherman, so I just log, and my Fisherman pulls that, and just with the RG at the back, we're able to cycle back to another RG. I'm focusing on fireballing the tower right now, because it's in the end of the game, so I'm gonna get the fireball in the tower, also get a very nice ability. And I think that, no, I don't even go for my ability, yeah, just focus on defending, and Fisherman plus log ensures the victory. Very nice win against a not so easy matchup, very clutch, going same lane, good acknowledging that we have to go into him unless we're not gonna be able to make a huge enough push. And overall, yeah, very nice win against a good player. I'll show you the next one. We're facing a very good player here, Rafi Zrof, something like that. He is an old player in this game. I know him from the past. I don't know if he mains Lockbait though. because he could have played a little bit better, but I'm still gonna show this match because I think we played absolutely perfect. This showcases exactly how this matchup is want to be played against Lockbait without a big spell, because he's playing the variation with the Inferno Tower without Rocket, and I would say this is the hardest variation you would face, because they are very annoying with the spam, and at the same time the Inferno Tower is so hard for you to break through. So yeah, Inferno Tower is definitely the hardest building for RG if you don't have lightning. If you still have lightning, it's hard, but especially when not having lightning, it's gonna be very hard. Okay, so at the beginning of the game, if you wanna be able to win this, you have to play reactively. You're not gonna do any offensive plays. I'm just cycling, logging the goblin barrels, nothing too crazy, and I'm making sure I don't take too much damage, and if possible not any damage. So I'm just responding with Princess with Monk, and I know he might go Goblin Gang, so I'm having my Hunter. He eventually goes for that. I'm going Hunter instead of Fisherman because I want to cycle to my Evolution Hunter, which could be useful on offense against his Knight. I'm simply going RG here because the Princess is dead, the Knight is dead, and I want to see what building he has, because at the moment I didn't know what building and what variation he had. If he had Cannon or Tesla, he might have struggled there because my Hunter was alive countering the Goblin Gang, so I got the positive trade, so I said why not, let's go in and see what he has. So basically I couldn't get banished, that was my thought process there. And seeing what he has is also very useful. So I'm seeing the Princess, I'm going Fisherman same lane in the back into that, and from there I think I just wait. I get a perfect log here. I don't know why he gave me so much of a log value. I still can counter the Goblin Barrels without my log, so I don't really care. I'm cycling my log there. The Hunter, if you place it behind the tower, it always fully counters the Goblin Barrel, as you can see. It doesn't have to be an Evo Hunter, every Hunter counters that. And it's time now to go RG in the back. I'm also fireballing the Princess because it's kind of annoying, and the reason I'm going RG in the back is because I defended the Goblin Barrel, I had the Monk down, he had to defend it, and I also had the Monk, which means I had the 3-card cycle. So now what I'm able to do, it's a very nice play. Most of you guys might have logged the Goblin Barrel, but if I log the Goblin Barrel here, I lose the game. There's no way I break through. He counters the both of RGs without even placing the Inferno Tower, and I lose the game. Whereas taking some damage here is very important, because take a look at what I'm doing. I'm not defending the Goblin Barrel, I'm logging that, I'm also clipping the Dark Goblin. That was kind of lucky, I have to admit, but still I'm able to get so much damage. I'm going for Hunter because I know he has to go Goblin Gang, and E-Spirit as well, ensuring we connect. No, I don't go E-Spirit, I think I go Monk, and I think this guy gives up at this point. Yeah, we get so much damage that he decides to give up. I mean, it was just the perfect sequence, he couldn't have done anything. The Inferno Tower wouldn't be enough, we had 2 RGs there. If he went for the Inferno Tower, it would just immediately die. So that was a very nice match, showcasing how to play against Inferno Tower bait. I'll see you in the next one. Alright, let's jump in the next one. So we are facing the Bridge Pump deck with Collector and Barbarians, and we are playing ourselves a Giant deck. I just copied from the guy I faced, and it seems like a very easy deck to play at the moment, and I'm just playing that, so I'm able to get the top 1k finish to play on the CRL. That was my main thing. I didn't want to get the best finish or something. I was wanting to get a nice finish. I had to get the top 1k for the CRL. So very important here to go in with Prince and Giant, because the bandit on the other side was kind of unnecessary, and now the Mega Minion plus Prince takes down his tower. I know my tower is gonna go down at some point, because having the Dagger Duchess, it's not really the best tower troop you can defend the Bridge Pump units, but I'm just going for Lumberjack here to just mitigate most of the damage and apply pressure at the same time, because the Lumberjack still has to be defended, and we also get one nice shot. So here I'm waiting to see what he does. I'm just gonna go Bomber like that, so that I kill the bandit, it walks on it instead of dashing. And I know he has the Collector in his deck, so I don't know what I do if he goes Collector. I think I just Fireball it, because if I go for Prince, it's just gonna go Barbarians, and it's not really worth predicting Fireball. It's kind of risky, and they can still defend with something at the last second, so I much so prefer to Fireball the Collector and stay safe. He goes for Queen in the back. I kind of have an awkward hand, so I prefer to go Rage first and then I'm going Mega Minion low. I didn't go Mega Minion beforehand because they would go a little bit too close to him. And I don't remember what I do here. No, I remember. Okay, I go Lumberjack, and after that, I think I go Giant. No, I go Prince. In hindsight, I should have went Giant there, because the Giant will keep my Mega Minion alive, and I would have the Prince here to defend if I needed it. I finally played the Giant, but it's honestly not one of my best Giants. It's gonna defend, but it's gonna just get killed. The Fireball was very nice, but now he has the Evo Barbs, and he also has the arrows at the ready because he knows I have the Bomber, so the tower is down. There's no point defending. I'm just trying to not get 3-crowned at this point, so I'm just trying to counter his units so they don't apply pressure for the King Tower. And at this point I think he goes for another Collector, and you're gonna see how chaotic this match begins to be. It's very unfortunate that we're not going same lane. I would really like to go same lane against this guy, get the fireballs on the same lane I'm going in, and also making a big push in my side would be very nice, so I can stack up my units, because he doesn't really have a big spell in his deck, so I'm able to do that. So I'm trying to get a sneaky Bomber there, trying to kill the Barbarians quickly with Evo Zap and Raids. That actually worked out, so I wouldn't say this was a bad play. I have to let the Queen lock on, and now I'm going for Mega Minion, and now I know his Barbarians are out of cycle, so I'm gonna try and punish him with a giant push on the right hand side. I don't remember if I also go for Prince. I think I wait. Okay, I wait and I go Prince on defense. That was... no, I got Prince on offense actually at the last second. I mean, that was not the best play in hindsight. I should have used the Prince on the battle ram, because the Prince just went into his barbs. But we have one nice thing about us in this matchup, and that is the Mega Minions. You can see that when he doesn't have the Queen in cycle, the Mega Minions are unkillable, and if I just protect the Mega Minions with Giant here, I'm able to go ahead and push into him and get a nice situation for me going. I'm just defending with Prince because I was worried about the Bandit at my pocket, but it doesn't seem like he wants to do that, so that's still okay. He placed nice barbs to kite both the Mega Minions and the Prince, but now the Barbarians are out of cycle, so I'm taking this opportunity because the Dagger Touch is also out of ammo. I'm going for Giant there and not at the pocket because the Barbarians were there and were blocking the lane. Now I'm also gonna go for Zap plus Raids, making sure to get the last bit of damage, and with the help of the Zap and the Raids there, we get the last bit and we're able to Fireball. A little bit of a chaotic match, this Giant deck. You don't really have the best case scenario in all times. You just have to play with the flow and see how it goes. There's not really a specific strategy in every matchup. You just have to punish your opponents when they don't have the correct counters for you in hand. Let's go ahead and jump in the next one. And we're jumping off into the last game for today's video. Then after this game I played 2 more matches which secured the 2.9k finish, but this match was actually the most important match and the most clutch, because the 2 others were kind of easy. I 3-crowned both of the guys, but this matchup, it was actually very hard, and you're gonna see what happened. I'm not gonna spoil to you guys. It's one of the hardest matchups you would face with Giant, because the Evo Witch is a card that if you don't have the correct spells in cycle, it can be very annoying. So I'm just going in at the beginning. This Giant deck is kind of a single elixir deck. Sometimes you get most of your damage in single, because against very good defensive decks like the Graveyard we're seeing right now, you don't really have the capacity of defending their big pushes in doubles. So you want to get as much damage as possible, catch him in the bad cycle. I kind of did there because I got some nice damage, but still it wasn't like taking tower or anything. It was just making sure I'm getting some nice chip, which is alright. Now I'm going for Giant back, and the main thing about Evo Witch is that if you do the wrong timing on top of her, you're not gonna kill her. But if you do Zap and Fireball at the same time, so that the Witch doesn't have the time to heal, you're always gonna kill her. You're gonna see how useful this tip is for this matchup. So here I'm just gonna go for Fireball plus Zap immediately, and that's how I'm able to kill the Evo Witch, which is very clutch. But still, I'm not really gonna get too much damage, because the Goblin Hat is a very nice defensive building, of course, against the Giant. So we're not gonna really get anything out of that. We're even down elixir from this interaction, because I had to overspend Fireball and Zap on the Witch, which is a negative elixir trade. That's why we're down elixir. Although I am gonna go in because it's my only chance of getting damage. It's still single elixir and his Goblin Hat is out of cycle, so that's why I'm doing this giant. And I know that with a nice block at the bridge, I'm able to defend his graveyard even though he has more elixir than me. So what I'm gonna do now is go Prince on the Ice Wish. I'm also gonna go Lumberjack, and I'm gonna be able to defend his push at the bridge so that it didn't cross and tank for the graveyard. And because of this nice interaction, we're able to counter his graveyard quite nicely without even overspending with the raids. And we are in the driver's position, but it's gonna be very hard of keeping that lead going into double and especially triple elixir. So we're going for Prince in the back, I think. Okay, no, we go Mega Minion first, because yeah, the Prince will just go into it. He plays Skellies trying to heal up his Witch, but because I'm very quick, I'm killing the Witch again, and he's not able to heal up his Witch. These Skellies on the other side were kind of smart, but we had our quick fingers there, killing the Witch once again. Prince not in the back, right there. If I did it in the back and he played Graveyard, it wouldn't get any value, so that's why I'm trying to play it there. And Rage plus Fireball, making sure I kill the Ice Wizard as well, was very nice. I think I had to go for a Zap here, which is not the best. Yeah, I tried to get a sneaky connection, but the Prince barely didn't have any HP. That's okay, because he resets with the Goblin Hat, and he does a very nice thing. Like that's the best thing he does all match. He predictions my block at the bridge, and he goes for the Witch, and that's not gonna really do anything right now. Like the Graveyard's not gonna get too much damage because the Bomber plus the Rage mitigates the damage, but he has an Evo Witch on the board, which is kind of unkillable at the moment. So I have to overspend with Evo's up, and now you see this situation. The Witch is gonna kill my Lumberjack. He has the Witch down, so he's able to go in once again with a Graveyard. And now I kind of have to fireball his troops and at the same time defend, and I'm going for a very nice Rage. Rage is a very nice counter for the Graveyard. Dagger Duchess, although, is out of ammo, so I'm getting some RNG damage for no reason. Graveyard is so busted, and just like that, we're down in damage. If you are in this position, I would say 9 out of 10 times you will lose this match. There's no way. We'll go for Prince other lane, trying to make something happen, force out some elixir. He panics and he also uses the Ice Wizard on defense. I don't even think he needed the Ice Wizard, so the push is getting defended and he didn't take out tower yet. I go for a Giant at the bridge, I kind of have to. I go Zap plus Fireball. Zap maybe wasn't needed because the Bombers plus the Witch. And I think here I also go Bomber plus Rage to defend. Okay, I go Rage on offense. Yeah, I kind of have to go in here, not being able to defend. His Goblin Hat is out of cycle. I'm going for Mega Minion. I think I'm going for Fireball, but I'm waiting. Okay, I'm going Fireball at the tower, trying to heal the Goblin Hat. I don't quite hit the Goblin Hat, but I reset the Evo Witch. I'm raging the Giant. The Giant gets one last shot, and this last shot, together with the Zap and the last second Fireball, secures us the very nice win. This was a crazy match, and I'm very happy we won that because it's one of the hardest matchups in the game. Very nice gameplay, I would say. This is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. We showcased 2 different decks as well. That's it for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.